Hi guys, it's Mark Zickery, Mr. Sci-Fi, also known as Mark Zickery of Space Command, and we're going to be talking about one of the unmade films, the legendary unmade science fiction films, and how you can watch it and listen to it, and really cool stuff. Um, but we also have a Kickstarter campaign going on for Space Command, so it won't be an unfilmed film. It'll be the second 2-hour episode of the series, and we've shot 40 minutes of it already. You can pledge to our Kickstarter campaign so we can film the rest. We're currently closing in on $70,000. If we can top over 100,000 by the time the campaign closes, that'll help a lot toward getting the sets built, the creatures made, etc., so we can roll camera, and you can buy Space Command shares for $7,500 each. There's information on all of that stuff just below the video, so click on it. But meantime, we're going to talk about great unmade science fiction films. One of the great ones, of course, is Alejandro Jodorowsky's version of Dune that led directly to the artistic team that made Alien. But talking about Alien leads us to Alien 3. Now, there was a movie that was made of Alien 3. Wasn't a very good movie. The really great Alien films are Alien, the first one that Ridley Scott directed, and Aliens, the one that James Cameron wrote and directed. And but after that, the studio wanted to make Alien 3, and they hired William Gibson. Now, William Gibson was one of the great writers of science fiction already. He'd written Neuromancer, which was a hugely influential novel. Basically, William Gibson saw Blade Runner, and which was, of course, based on the works of Philip K. Dick, and that inspired him to write Neuromancer, and he coined the term cyberspace. And before he wrote Alien 3, he was at a convention with me. We were doing book signings, and he leaned over to me and he said, "God, can you tell me about how to break into writing for movies and TV?" And I told him what I knew, but then he got the gig to write Alien 3. Now, his draft was never made, and instead David Fincher directed one that was set on a prison planet, and it's very funky and very weird and wasn't good. But over the years, people have been talking about William Gibson's version, his draft, and basically, in Alien 3, Ripley continues as a character, but Newt and Bishop and Hicks, the three characters who basically are survive the second film, they were killed at the beginning of the third film, and everyone was pissed off because they had an emotional connection to those characters. So William Gibson's draft doesn't kill them off. It's a completely different story, and so now for the 40th anniversary of Alien, of the original film, they have released William Gibson's version of Alien 3 in comic books. It's going to be put together as a graphic novel shortly. It's these great, cool-looking comic books. There's 5 issues, and they've also done an audio play that Dirk Maggs has written, adapted and directed, and it has Lance Henriksen reprising the role of Bishop, and Michael Biehn reprising the role of Hicks, and it has an actress who's very good at sounding like Sigourney Weaver, even though it isn't Sigourney Weaver, and it's the entire story. So the cool part is that if you really want to have as full an experience as possible, you can buy the comics, you can download the audio play off Audible, and you can basically watch and listen to Alien 3. And of course, if someone was very, very clever, they could merge them together into what's called an animatic, essentially an animated graphic novel, and that would become even closer because you could actually marry the audio track and the visuals. And so if anyone out there wants to do that as sort of a fan project, one could. And send it to me if you do it, but or perhaps suggest that to 20th Century Fox because it's a natural evolution. In terms of the story, you can say, well, how is Alien 3? And again, I'm not going to try to have spoilers. I'll try to avoid spoilers here, but let's just say that Lance Henriksen and Michael Biehn are much older now, and they sound older, so they try to replicate those performances. But again, it's great to have them aboard. It's great to have them there, but they definitely sound older. And one challenge with William Gibson's script, and this is probably why it wasn't made as a film, they're probably at the time, Sigourney Weaver had become a huge movie star, and it's very possible that she said that she didn't want to be the lead in the movie, that she'd make an appearance but not be the lead, because Ripley gets injured at the beginning. She's mainly unconscious through most of the story. So it primarily is a story that focuses on Newt and Hicks and Bishop. and so Ripley is not a main driving force of this story, and it is a weakness of the story, but it's still very fun, very entertaining, well worth listening to, and I highly recommend it. So that's really it for now. And just subscribe to Mr. Sci-Fi. We're doing a lot of these commentaries. Like it and hit the bell thing I've just been told, because that'll send you notifications when we post a new video. We're posting a lot of them, and but again, I'm really glad that this got made. They also recently released a graphic novel of Rod Serling's draft of the Planet of the Apes screenplay, which I also highly recommend. It's very, very fun. And and we're also working on the Space Command comic book, so you'll very shortly be able to subscribe to that and get the entire prequel story of Space Command. So that's about it. The dogs have come back home. Elaine's finished walking them, so I will bid you adieu. Subscribe to Space Command, pledge to our Kickstarter campaign, buy Space Command shares, call me or email me if you want to do that. The information's all below, and we'll be posting again really soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.